Hey everybody, it's Gypsy, and today we are going to make blueberry jam. Now, last month I made strawberry jam. I was going to do a video on it, but I'm recovering from this very bad injury, and I was still using my walker, so I wasn't quite as steady on my feet, so it would have been difficult. So, anyways, my sister got her strawberry jam last month. She wanted to know what jam was next, and I told her blueberry. And ooh, that's my favorite. So I'm making blueberry jam today. I'm going to show you how I do it. So I'm not going to do a hot water bath with this one. What I'm going to do is I've sterilized my drawers and everything, and I've got the lids and a little saucepan back there. I am going to do the method where you fill it and you put it upside down to seal. Okay, so after I fill it and clean the rims, I'm going to put them upside down for about 24 hours. Okay, my mom and I were talking about this that the other day. I was at the nursing home. I told her, I've been making jam, and she reminded me she used to not put lids on. She would get wax. There's a special wax, and you put your jam in and you fill it. I forgot about that. She reminded me that's how she does it. I've never done it that way, so I don't know. Anyways, on with the blueberry jam. So, in here, I have approximately 7 to 8 cups of blueberries, okay? Now, I never know how much is going to come out. It always seems to be different. And if I look at a recipe and I do that recipe, the amount I come up with is different than the recipe. So I always be prepared with more jars than I'll probably need. So I have 8 half pints here. So we'll see how much it makes. So anyways, put your blueberries in a pot. Then you want to take approximately 2 cups of sugar. And this is pure cane. I did not have any of my usual raw cane sugar that I like because I can't get to the store myself and I'm sending others and they don't really know what I want, so I end up with this. But this is better than just, plain old granulated, I guess. So you could put more or less, depending on the sweetness that you like. So I'm just going to pour this in. Then I'm going to put approximately, I never can get this thing open, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Now, there are a lot of times you can make jam with no pectin. Okay? You could do this one, but I get very nervous. So, what I'm going to do is going to add, I have about, I'd say a half of the box here. So, and also I would set your burner for about medium high at most. You have to have patience with this. So I'm going to put in approximately a half a box of pectin. Okay, then I'm going to throw in a pinch or 2 of cinnamon. Okay, just a bit. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to stir this all up. Get it all mixed in real good. Oh, speaking of pectin, all right, when I lived in New Mexico, I had found a recipe, I think, can't remember if it was from Mother Earth News or DIY Natural, to make your own pectin, homemade, from crab apples. Well, there's really, where I lived in the high desert, there wasn't any, so. Well, anyways, you guys know I had my little accident January 31st, and we had emergency surgery on the 1st of February. So that changed my life. I'm now back in Ohio, where I was born and raised, and lived until I was 54. Well, anyways, I'm in our family home here. We have like a little mini orchard of crabapple trees. So I'm going to have 1,000,000 of them. We'll be making our own homemade pectin on here, and I will give you the links to the recipes on how to do it. Plus, I was doing some research. I found, because I remember, I remember asking my mom when I was a little girl, what can you do with crab apples? She's like, oh, nothing, they're so sour. You don't use them for anything. Well, here in my research, I found, oh, yes, there's a lot of recipes you can make. So I'm going to have so many. I mean, I don't even know how many trees we have out there. About 4 or 5, I think. I'm going to have so many crab apples that we are going to be doing stuff with that. And I did learn a trick about how to make them sweeter. Okay, so that's coming up in the fall. So that's going to be fun. So anyways, we'll have our own homemade pectin next season. You just want to get this really stirred in. Now you want to bring this, it's going to start breaking down, making liquid, and come to a boil. So you're going to want to simmer this. This could take anywhere from 30 minutes to, I'd say, an hour. Especially if you're not using any pectin, it's going to take longer, okay? So, you have to just kind of play it by ear, test it. Remember, get your spoon, like a metal teaspoon. When you think it might be done, dip it in and let it set to see how gelled it is and if it's the thickness you want it. I cannot get used to using an electric stove again. It's so weird. So anyways, I'm going to bring this to a boil, simmer it anywhere from a half an hour to an hour, and I'll get back with you. Okay, everyone. So my jam came out to the consistency I like at simmering it for a half an hour. Here, let me show you. I did, sorry about that, my spoon test. Sorry. This bad leg gets in the way. I just dipped a metal spoon in, lets the excess drip off, and then I set it on the windowsill to cool. And it came out perfect, and it tastes great. So now at this point, or towards the end of your cooking, depending on how chunky you want your jam, you could leave your berries as is, or you can get a potato masher and mash them down to break them down more, make them smaller. I don't have a choice at this point because when my son and daughter-in-law were bringing me back from New Mexico to Ohio, we had my travel trailer hitched up to bring it back up here. An hour outside Kansas City, the axle broke. So we had to take it to get fixed. This was the middle of March. It is now what, July 10th? It's still there because I haven't gotten around to fixing it yet. For you, our viewers, this is normal, but my potato masher is in there. My man does not have a potato masher. Yesterday I called our son. I said, do you know if your dad has a grater around here anywhere? He goes, I don't know. And then he goes, well, Mom, it's Dad. I doubt it. So I'm not even going to bother to ask about a potato masher. Anyways, you guys have to see. Oh, it's gorgeous. It came out so good. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, well. Like that. Okay. So I'm not going to mash mine down because, well, I really can't. Now, what I'm going to do next. Okay, I've got my prepared jars over here. So, show you how I do this. I just ladle, I ladle my jam. I wish my actual ladle, again, is in the travel trailer. So I'm doing it this way. Can't wait to get all my stuff back because I have the professional cooking stuff. There we go. So, let's see. Now, you want to do it, you want to fill it, I'd say to just about where the rim is. You want to give it some room. Okay, then I take my little thing, air bubble thingy, my bobber, and I just run it around my rim. Okay, then I take a damp paper towel. Can you guys see me okay? I hope so. I just run it around. Get this as clean as possible. Okay, so I have prepared lids. This is fairly on the warm side. I just place this down on here. I take one of my rings and I just finger tighten it. And then I'm just going to turn it upside down. I'm going to fill all my jars. And I'm going to leave them upside down for approximately 24 hours to make sure that they seal properly. This made more than I thought, so I don't know. I'm using half-pint jars. I'd say maybe 4 or 5 half pints. So like maybe 2 pints. Okay, so that's where I am. In the comments, after I fill these and I do the comments, I'll let you know how many half pints I got. But it does look like about 4 or 5. So I'm going to leave you with that. Blessed be, and make it a joyful one.